Hello everyone, and welcome to the Paul Chandler Show. I'm your host, Paul Chandler. Today we're going to be talking about burns and the documentation requirements to be able to choose the correct coding on the diagnosis side. Because when we're talking about burns, we're not just talking about the word burn itself, but we have three different classifications we need to start looking at. A sunburn, a burn, just the word burn, and also a corrosion. So those are going to be the three different types of burns that we'll be looking at today and the documentation requirements so we can choose the correct code selection. When coding the three different types of burns, we have sunburn, just a burn, and corrosion. So the sunburn, that's the easy one. So with the sunburn itself, we're just dealing with the L55 category. And all we have to know is, as far as the sunburn, is it a first degree, second degree, or third degree burn? That's it. We do not care about the size of the burn on the body itself, nor do we care about any specific locations. So after we leave the sunburn though, then we have burns and corrosions. When we're coding either burns and or corrosions, we'll always have to have minimally at least two sets of codes. So with the categories T20 through T30, T20 through T30, that tells us that the location of the burn, the specific location, and the severity, and multiple different items that we'll be looking at in a moment. But one thing to remember though is that when we're coding burns or corrosion, we'll always have one code for every burn in the T20 through T30 category. So let's say, for example, if I have a first degree burn, say on the right side of my face, second degree burn on my right hand, and let's say third degree burn on my right leg. Then I'd have three different burns, so three different locations. That would mean that I would need three different codes for the T20 through T30 category, based on where the burn is. So for example, the category T20, burn and corrosion of the head, face, and neck. T21, burn and corrosion of trunk, and so forth. So remember, a category, when I say that phrase, that's the first three characters of the diagnosis code. And then we'll have one code for T31 if it is a burn, or one code for T32 if it's a corrosion, dealing with the TBSA, total body surface area. So again, just to reiterate before we do a specific example here, how we're a sunburn, L55 category, we do not need to know the size of the burn on the patient's body, nor do we need to know any specific locations. We just need to know the severity, first, second, third degree, and that's it. The T20 through T30 categories, there will have one code for each location, no matter where it is at in the body. So you have 4 locations of different parts of your body that's burned, 4 different codes. So the T20 through T30, one code for every location on the burn. And then T31, T32, the specific T31 for burn, for the total body surface area, T32 for corrosion. Now, what I'm going to be doing is next discussing the different documentation requirements. So let's say, for example, let's say my left thumb. So let's say I have a second degree burn on my left thumb. So second degree burn on my left thumb. The category, I'd be starting with the T23 codes. With the T23s, and if I look up that documentation requirements, it just says burn or corrosion of wrist and hand. So at that point, with just that code, T23, I know, is it either burn or corrosion? I don't know which one yet, but I know it's of the wrist and hand. So that just tells me the generic location. And I'll just do GENLOC for generic location. But then building up, having to go to the left thumb, then I would have the different options of the burns and then the severities, and the corrosions and the severities. So for example, T23.0, burn of unspecified degree, T23.1, burn of first degree, T23.2, burn of second degree, and so forth. So again, I'm building up to a second degree burn on the left thumb. Then that would be at T23.2. And at that point, with the 0.2, I know the severity and is it a burn or corrosion. So T23, just generic location. Then the 0.2 tells me is it either a burn or a corrosion, which one am I dealing with, and also the severity. In this case, I'm looking at a second degree burn. And then continuing on, T23.21, because again, remember I'm building up to a second degree burn on the left thumb. Now at the point where at T23.21, now I'm at the specific location for the thumb. So I'll just do SPELOC for the specific location. T23.21, I'm getting more information as I get more characters going along. And then for the laterality of it, T23.212 would be the correct code for the laterality. So I'll just put LAT for laterality. And then I would just need simply the encounter for the 7th character. Let's say if the provider is doing the procedure itself, that will give me 7th character A for the initial encounter. And I'll put NEC for encounter. So the documentation requirements for a burn, no matter where the location is on the body, yes, we need to know the generic location to start out with so we know what category we're in. But then we also have to know, is it a burn or corrosion, and the severity of it. Again, first, second, third degree burn, or unspecified, maybe we don't know it yet, or the provider does not know that. The specific location of the burn, laterality, if it's the left or the right side, and then also which level of encounter are we in. Are we in the initial encounter, subsequent encounter, or sequela? So besides those documentation requirements, remember how we need one code for every category T20 through T30, but then we have a T31 for the TBSA, total body surface area, or T30 for the burn, or T32 for the corrosion. Simple way to be able to add all these up is, starting with T31, I'll just do this for the burns, for example. If you like to double dip, because remember, medical coding, we never double dip except one spot here. So if you do like to double dip, I'm not talking about taking a nacho, put it in the salsa, pick it back up, and then, put it back down again. But when you're doing the coding, counting something twice. So this works the same no matter if it's T32 for corrosion, or in this case, T31 for burn. The 4th character spot is how much of the body is 1st degree, 2nd degree, and 3rd degree added together. With the double dipping factor, the 5th character is how much of the body is 3rd degree burned. So just plugging in some numbers right quick. Let's say on a total body, we have, let's say 7% is 1st degree burned, and 8% is 2nd degree burn, and then, when we get 9% 3rd degree burn. We add the numbers up together. 7 and 8 gives us 15, plus 9 is 24. So I have a total of 24. I take that 2, and then that 2 goes in my 4th character spot. So for example, with the total numbers added together, and between 20 to 29, that would make it a 2. If it was 30 to 39, that'd be a 3, and so forth. And then the 5th character, how much, again, double dipping, our body's 3rd degree burn, let's say 9%. 9 and 9 in itself is just 9. So because it's still 0 through 9, that'd make the 5th character 0. So just a simple thing to remember that when we're counting for the TBSA, if it is the 4th character spot, is how much of our body is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd degree added together as far as the percentage of the burns. And our 5th character is how much of the burns are only 3rd degree. So that's where you get to double dip. I thank you for watching this educational moment on how to code burns and the documentation requirements for it, and have an awesome rest of the day. If you like this video and want to see more, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's so easy. It's right there. A little button. Just push it. Subscribe. I got all night. Nothing else to do. Just subscribe.